£41 million worth of wages removed, 9 players gone and 3 players signed. But what is Manchester United's net spend for the transfer window so far? That's what we will be exploring in this video today. But before we jump into that, please do smash a like on the video and please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. So starting off on the outgoings, we're going to give you a comprehensive list of all of the players who've left, what their transfer fees were, and then obviously we will give you the grand total at the end of this video. So starting off with Fred, 8.5 million, Dean Henderson, 15 million, Alanga, 15 million, Phil Jones, 0, free agent, Tuanzebe 0, De Gea 0, Matic Kovar 5.1 million, Emeran 800,000, and Zidane Iqbal 850,000. Now, just to be clear, all of those fees that you've just been told are not including add-ons. That's the base fee. I wanted to make this video as simple as possible. I didn't want to start getting add-ons and stuff involved because it just gets complicated. So all of those figures that you've just heard from the outgoings are what we've been guaranteed to be paid this summer. Now, the total of all of the players we've sold this window comes to £45,300,000. So that, I think that's okay. Obviously, it's not great, but when you look at it like that, it's not terrible considering, you know, Zidane, Iqbal, Matic Kovar, Emeran, they were all youth players. De Gea, Jones and Tuanzebe were left on frees. And Alanga, Henderson and Fred probably weren't good enough to play for Manchester United. So overall, it's not great, but it's not terrible. Now, let's look at the ingoings. So on relation to the ingoings, 43.8 million on Onana, Mason Mount 55 million, and Rasmus Højlund 64 million pounds. So the total amount we've spent on players so far this window is 162,800,000 pounds, giving us a total net spend of 117,500,000 pounds. That's as of today's date. Obviously, it doesn't include any potential signings or hypothetical signings. Those are all nailed on signings and departures. Now, the bit that I think is the most interesting here is actually the wages. Let's jump straight into that then. So Fred, £6.2 million per year removed from the wage bill. Dean Henderson, 5.2 million. Alanga, 470,000. Phil Jones, 3.9 million. Tuanzebe, 2.6 million. David De Gea, 19.5 million. Matic Kovar, 450,000. Noam Emeran, 150,000. And Zidane Iqbal, 104,000. Now, there's one person at the end of this list who might surprise you, but once I explain my reasoning, you will get the point of this. That is Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, he was never replaced. He was let go in January. He went on a free agent, and we have saved £25 million per year in wages from removing Cristiano Ronaldo. So that takes a total saving of £63.6 million in wages from those 10 players, 9 of which have gone in this transfer window, and 1 went in January, being Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, to give you guys the full picture, let's move over to the ingoings. Onana, £5.2 million a year in wages. Mason Mount, 13 million, and Rasmus Højlund, 4.16 million in wages, taking a total of our new players wage-wise to £22.3 million per year. Now, the interesting bit is what the total is. When you remove all of the players that we've got rid of versus all the people that we've signed, how much money have we saved from the wage bill? The total being £41.25 million per year, which is absolutely incredible. That is really, really solid. Obviously, financial fair play heavily relies on wages. That's why Arsenal have been able to spend so much this year. It's because their wage bill is so much lower than Manchester United. It's around 125 million per year, Arsenal's, whereas Manchester United was over 200 million at the beginning of the transfer window. So by removing all of these players, it's massively increased our financial fair play options for the coming years. And as long as we don't hand out any stupid contracts to other players in the next couple of days of the window, which I don't expect to happen, it will, over time, drastically improve the situation at Manchester United. Now that we've got all of that behind, all of that stuff is nailed on. That's all stuff that's happened. That's all confirmed. And just to be very, very clear as well, all of the fees that we discussed are not including add-ons for both the ingoings and the outgoings. So add-ons were not included because I just think that would have complicated it too much. So with a net spend of 117,500,000 so far, Amrabat, 21 million, that's what's being reported. That would take our net spend up to £138 million for this season, which I think is about how much Manchester United would usually spend. Amrabat will be on somewhere around £100,000 a week, which would be about 5.2 million per year in wages. So even if Amrabat comes in, our net wages the savings on wages would be about £36 million per year versus what it was at the beginning of the window. And we'll have signed 4 players. and we'll have had a net spend of 138.5 million, which I think is okay for 4 players. Obviously, they would be 4 first-team players. Onana, Mount and Højlund will be first-team players. And I think Amrabat will end up being a first-team player. Now, just to be very, very clear, I haven't included people like Eric Bailly, Donny van der Beek, maybe Harry Maguire, maybe Scott McTominay. There is lots of other stuff that can happen in this window, which could completely blow open this video. But at the moment, I wanted to keep it as, you know, on the dot as possible, not come up with hypothetical things, because that wasn't the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video was to see where we are at this moment ahead of the next 5 days of the transfer window, and for us to then be able to have a proper overview of how much we've spent and what we should be able to now do, because we've heard throughout the whole window that Manchester United don't have money, financial fair play this, financial fair play that. But from this video, I think it showed us that our net spend is about what we would expect, but the wages removed are the massive positive here. I definitely think Manchester United need to go out and still spend money. I think Amrabat, I think, you know, maybe Gravenberch on loan, maybe you bring on a left back on loan, maybe you bring in Jean-Claire Todibo if Maguire goes. I think there's definitely still a lot of business left to be done. But at this moment in time, what we've got here is a good solid foundation. Now, overall, the transfer window has been poor, but removing all of these wages, by removing all of these players who are not part of the plan, you know, David De Gea, Phil Jones, Tuanzebe, all of those types of people, Anthony Elanga, will help us in future years with the financial fair play situation, because bringing down your wage bill is the essential part of staying in within the financial fair play restraints. And if you look at Arsenal, they've been able to spend over 200 million this summer without really any sales, purely based on their wage bill. Their wage bill is about 125 million per year, whereas Manchester United's is over 200 million. So you can get a bit of an idea there. They're spending 75 million less per year on their wages, which then allows them to spend that money on players to bring new people in, and that's what they've obviously done this window. Do let me know what you think about everything we've discussed in this video. Do let me know what you're expecting Manchester United to do in the next 4 or 5 days of the window. And just to summarise, the net spend at this moment in time is £117.5 million, and Manchester United have saved 41.2 million in wages. So some good, some bad, but let me know what you think in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Daily Red Devil. I've been Kieran. Please make sure to smash a like on the video and subscribe on your way out, and I'll catch you all on the next one.